my gosh, I was on mute the whole time. Ugh. Alright, well. So long story short, we got a couple of 2K players here. Ugh, I always do that, too. Got a couple of 2K players. They're both German, and they're playing on the map of the week, which was made by Q Philip, who is a Polish map scripter. He pulled this map together for us in a week, which is awesome. And we really appreciate that. So this map is called Olympus. Oh, you guys gotta tell me when I do that. That's pretty embarrassing. All right. Well, anyway, at least we didn't get through to the end of the match. I've seen that happen to people before. Ween Dinchester is shooting at the boar to weaken it and then killing it with his villagers. So I did a bunch of talking earlier, and you guys didn't actually hear my voice, but at least you saw the spreadsheet, so you can kind of go back and take a look and figure out what I was talking about. Although, as long as you can read, you can understand, you can see the actual number for the ELO that was calculated. Alright, so what else do we have to say for now? Well, first of all, both of these guys have picked Georgians for some reason. They both think that Georgians are OP on this map. Let me just read to you guys the list of civilization bans, the civilizations that they did not want to see. The civilizations for this are, of course, free pick, no repeat. So we will not see Georgians in the next game at all. But it's okay for this one that they have a mirror matchup because it's hidden pick. You know, nobody knows exactly what their opponent is going to bring. So they banned Malay, Cumans, Turks, and Bohemians. So Shikso believes, and he's mentioned this before because he was actually very kind. He was kind enough to be a judge for Alchemy League Season 3 and review this new map. The other maps were kind of mostly similar to existing maps, unfortunately and sort of fortunately at the same time. We're kind of pushing the boundaries again, if you will. I had all of these Greek maps left over from a previous project that I'd worked on, and I needed a good way to use them. And since I just started a new job and I hadn't been making any new maps recently or hadn't taken the time to organize new maps, I said, we'll just use these ones. We'll have a Greek-themed Alchemy League, which is fine. Greece is a pretty awesome place. But anyway, so Shikso has actually had the chance to perform a competitivity analysis on this, which basically means that Shikso kind of had the power to say, no, we're not playing on this map, if he didn't think it was competitive. Now, we gave him a worksheet and everything like that to go through. Him and we had another tough guy look at it as well. It looks like we got ourselves a scout fight. So Ween Dinchester here noticing that his heavy swordsman has 7 attack in the Dark Age, and he thinks that's just the best thing ever. These swordsmen have an attack rate of 4. Well, I don't necessarily know if I want to call it a rate so much as a reload time. And that basically means that they attack once every 4 seconds, they do that 7 damage. So the 7 damage may look really good, but when you consider that they attack at half the rate of normal scouts, they're pretty much doing the same damage output as scouts. Maybe a little bit more. So he's just over here attacking this house. Shikso's pushed in a deer, and maybe now Shikso's going to go deal with it. That looks like that's going to be the case. He is building a barracks, and he's on his way up to the feudal age. But Ween Dinchester is no slouch, and he sees that. And they're both 2K players, and they're doing the dance. Looks like they are now looking for a hill advantage, but Shikso decides, nah, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, look at them. They're still fighting over it. Alright, so he gets up to the feudal age. Let's see what we got here. They're pretty much similar feudal age times. And they both have barracks. It looks like it's a stable from Ween Dinchester. And is Shikso going to build a stable as well? Yes, there's Shikso's stable. So Ween Dinchester is going to see it. Guys, what do you need to know about Olympus? Well, there are some extra deer on the sides. So we got some ibexes, we got extra wood, we got a lot of extra gold and stone up here on this hill. And then Q Philip also increased the size of the forests down here in the valley based on feedback. So Shikso expecting scouts. Shikso has already made himself a spearman. And he is making scouts as well. So it looks like it is just a standard 20 pop scouts build from both players. So Ween Dinchester, what's he doing? Well, he's got one scout. He's making another. And so I think we're just letting both players build up the scouts here. I can't tell you too much about Georgians because I don't really know the new Civs very well. I don't own any of the DLCs, except for the Rome DLC, which I got because I wanted to play Age of Empires 1 in the Age of Empires 2 engine. And that sort of worked out okay. Until I realized that nobody ever played it except my little brother, which is fine. You know, I would get it just to play with my little brother. Because he doesn't play much else, but we kind of have no clue what we're doing with that. So it's even terrain, if you will. It's a balance. I have a big advantage in Age of Empires 2. Okay, so the first of the scouts are coming from Ween Dinchester. I think he's going to harass this villager. He is going to get in here. Now, there's only 2 scouts, so it's not... You know, it's not impossible. Shikso deciding that he wants to just house wall this. Doesn't want the scouts getting in. This is the kind of stuff you expect to see from 2K players, right? Like super compact walls. These guys need every drop of wood they can get. And Shikso's going to finish this wall off here. And Shikso's scouts were here to defend, but Ween Dinchester is already withdrawn. So he made the scouts, but he didn't really get any damage in with them. He did wound a villager, but no villagers have been killed on either side. Except Shikso has 1 minute of Idletown center time, which is kind of a disaster. You can see that he's behind by 2 villagers. So I don't exactly know what happened here. Maybe Shikso did not manage his economy as aggressively, or maybe he accidentally killed a boar and I totally missed it like a noob caster. I don't know. So there are some neutral Gaia heavy swordsmen here. They have 75 hit points and they have a normal attack speed, so you can't really mess with them until Castle Age. But the scouts could just run right past them. So Ween Dinchester, he's got his 4 scouts. He's going to come back and look for something. Shikso's got these 2 spearmen camping his gold, and then presumably they are here to protect his woodline as well. Guys, remember that the Georgians get these bizarre drop points called mule carts. That can take... The mule carts can accept any type of resource that is incapable of rotting, except for meat. I think you can put meat in the mule carts, but I don't really know. So this is going to be kind of annoying. Ween Dinchester is probably just going to run right back here and help himself to these berries. I bet that's what's going to happen. Shikso, he sent a spearman here. Oh, okay, I guess it's enough to get those guys to go away. They've kind of done a mirror build here, except Ween Dinchester seems to have done it better. He's got less idle time. Ween Dinchester garrisoning, killing one of Shikso's scouts, and significantly wounding the other. Neither player, though, has really scored a lot of direct damage being done. Okay, looks like they had a pause. Shikso has moved over to gold. This is telling me that he's planning on clicking up pretty soon. And of course, Ween Dinchester is already on gold. He's got 4 on gold. He's got 294 gold, so he has enough gold to click up to the next stage. Ween Dinchester looking for some damage here, but he's not going to get it. Shikso has 2 spearmen handy. I don't really know where this Ween Dinchester character came from, honestly. I'd never heard of him before this. I thought maybe before I started casting this that he's actually maybe a friend of Shikso's. Shikso told him about the league and he decided to join. Because he comes from the same country, Germany, and he's got a similar elo. So maybe he's a friend of Shikso's. Maybe these guys have run into each other before. Although, I've heard that there is not really an official German Age of Empires Discord. There's just a few German Age of Empires 2 communities. So Ween Dinchester on his way up to the Castle Age. He's getting bloodlines. Shikso will click up at any moment now. Yeah, there it is. So looks like Ween Dinchester is going to be about 30 seconds faster. So 30 seconds is not enough time for even a single knight to create. So I think Shikso will be okay. Both players went scouts and spears to defend, but nobody really did any damage. But for some bizarre reason, Shikso has more town center idle time. Maybe from having a rough Dark Age for some mysterious reason I don't understand. Shikso decided that he's done enough here. He's taken enough wood here. I think he kind of intentionally took wood from the forward forest, I would say. And now he's going to come over here and take this wood instead. He doesn't want to chop through here. He wants to get fully walled. He might be worried that Ween Dinchester is close to knights. He would be correct. These walls will help him buy time until he can make his own knights. He's adding a second stable, but the positioning of this stable tells me that he might be planning a more aggressive Castle Age. This stable is back. This stable is not up here reinforcing a wall or over here closing off a wall. This stable is in a place where it cannot be scouted easily. Meanwhile, if we look down here, Ween Dinchester is adding another town center. And he's making a monastery from the look of it. So, Ween Dinchester, I think, is... Oh, no, right, they don't get monasteries. They get these fortified church things. So, Ween Dinchester appears to be taking a more economic route. Okay, Shikso adding another town center as well. And a fortified church of his own, so... Shikso basically is ahead by one stable. And that stable is hidden. He's building this town center forward. So I don't really exactly know what these players have planned yet. But it appears that they are going to contest relics in the center, which actually makes a ton of sense considering that this is standard victory condition. Hey, Ronald Rage! Ronald Rage casted Shikso versus Lucho on Socotra. That sounds pretty epic. Welcome, Ronald. Yeah, so these players are going to fight. Where are they? Okay, so Light Cav. Ween Dinchester has gotten Light Cav. And I guess he really wants to keep Shikso away from these relics. Light Cav is a very important technology to get. Scouts are not very effective against monks in the Castle Age, especially if somebody is a 2K player and they have a 2K player's monk micro. If you've ever tried monk rushing, or if you've ever been monk rushed by Smokey, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And he has done that to me more than once. Alright, looks like we have an elaborate trap here from Ween Dinchester to try to keep these Light Cav in. Shikso's actually interested in just the villager kills, though. He's killed 2 villagers from with these Light Cav. He's actually strangely sent some spearmen along for the fun, too. So I guess Shikso figuring, you know, he's got a bunch of units. But definitely it looks like Shikso produced from both of these stables, because he seems to have a numbers advantage here that Ween Dinchester was not prepared for. So maybe this town center was just kind of like a decoy. Maybe Shikso intended to not really invest heavily in villagers. I'm not really exactly sure what the plan was. But somehow he ended up with a lot more cavalry. So, but I think the investment paid off. He got 5 eco kills while losing none of his own. So he's kind of evening out the score, if you will. Hey! T-Bomber, welcome! T-Bomber with the monkey wrench next to his name. T-Bomber is here. I've been so overwhelmed by spam bots. I'm so glad that you're here, T-Bomber. That, and of course, you're quite charming. Okay, so Shikso is going to be able to collect 2 relics, and he's got a 3rd monk here. He's going to try to get a 3rd relic, and there are 4 relics total. So if Ween Dinchester is lucky, he can snag this final relic, but... oh, wait. All right, never mind. Nope, he's got one right here. All right, phew. I was starting to get really worried here that this would be a quick game. So it seems like Ween Dinchester was up first, And he didn't have quite as much military presence, but he was able to at least snag a relic and get it into his fortified church here. That will prevent Seikilos from triggering a relic victory. Guys, remember that Alchemy League is standard victory condition, as always, because why the heck not, right? Why on earth would you limit your options like that? I know. Some people don't like relics because they think they're silly. But I love relics and wonders and all these other forms of victory. It's a good thing. So Seikilos coming back home here with an AI army. He's got some guys protecting the monk. He's got to watch out, though. Wayne Dinchester might come in and find this and try to snipe the monk. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. He just missed it. He probably could have seen it if he had been paying attention. Oh, he knows about it now. He knows about it, but Seikilos has an army here. Yeah, he's not going to get through. He's trying to get to it. He gets it. I can't believe it. Wow. Well, that's annoying. So, Seikilos... Okay, Seikilos has another monk here, so he's just going to go pick that up. And Wayne Dinchester is fresh out of... Oh, he's got a monk here, but nah, too dangerous. Too dangerous. Don't want to come in here. These heavy swordsmen did not really defend the relics very well. Look at that. Just kind of standing there. This guy is literally trapped. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see if we need to modify that. Seikilos just coming over here and just killing this monk for good measure. So let's consider the relics that they have captured. I think Seikilos has 4 relics. Relic gold generated versus relics held. It says he only has 2. And Wayne Dinchester has 1. I have a hard time believing that. Okay. Yeah, there's just 2 there. Where are the rest of the relics? They were here. Oh, okay. There's one right here. It was blending in with all the gold. Ronald says, super excited tonight. Metroid Fusion will be on Games Done Quick with my good friend playing. What is Games Done Quick? Is that some kind of show? Roughly 70,000 people on Twitch will see my favorite speedrun tonight. Alright, so I'm assuming that Games Done Quick is the name of a show that at least 70,000 people have heard of, other than me. I guess if you're into Metroid Fusion, it's good to be in the know like that. Alright, so Seikilos, he's going to bring back this relic. I think that will give him 3. I guess there were only 4 relics on the map. That's okay. There's no real requirement for the number of relics that each map should have. It's kind of a hard thing to manage, and I honestly don't think it matters that much. Ronald wanted to go, but he couldn't get off of work. Alright, so these guys have been booming in the meantime. Wayne Dinchester investing less in the relics, but he also has a bigger boom than Seikilos does. Seikilos been doing more stuff with Light Cav and monks, and so he got 3 times as many relics, but he's about 10 villagers behind. So Wayne Dinchester will have a window of opportunity here. Looks like he's going Manaspa. Wayne Dinchester basically has to kill Seikilos before Seikilos' relics kick in. And Seikilos has a bunch of free gold that Wayne Dinchester doesn't know what to use to counter. Or maybe he knows, but he just can't afford it. Any warrior monks made? Those warrior priests, I don't see any. They have not been making warrior priests. They fought over relics, like it was arena without walls. And Wayne Dinchester boomed slightly harder and fought less. And Seikilos fought more and boomed slightly not as much. And now these guys are going to go to Imperial Age. What do we got here? This would be a foolish fight, I think. Wayne Dinchester is... He's got the Manaspas here, and they outnumber Seikilos. Seikilos clicking up to the Imperial Age. I think he's first. I don't think Wayne Dinchester has clicked up yet. I don't think Wayne Dinchester is going to click up. He's going to be rather surprised by that. Okay, Wayne Dinchester is investing in another castle. So, Wayne Dinchester is kind of doing the map control thing. which is an interesting choice. I don't know if it's going to pan out. Because he's going to get this castle right, and Shikso's just going to be an Imperial Age in a few minutes, and then he's going to be able to make powerful siege weapons to tear that castle down. Shikso over here looking for trouble. I don't think he can deny this castle, though. Yeah, these military units are too close by. He might swoop in to try to kill a few villagers. Yeah, he's like, why not? Now, the good news for Wien Dinchester is that, I believe, if I remember correctly, Georgians require half the stone to repair things. So, Wien Dinchester, just clicking up now. If Shikso gets up to the Imperial Age first, and Shikso has siege weapons working on Wien Dinchester's castle, Wien Dinchester can sustain that castle longer than a normal civilization could. He would need half the stone to sustain it. So that's kind of the bright side for Wien Dinchester here. Is you might be looking at it like, you know what, I might be a little bit behind to the Imperial Age, but it doesn't matter. I will have a bigger, stronger economy. I'll be in a better position militarily. I've got lots of unique unit on the field. And if he starts attacking me with siege weapons, I can just delay. I can keep my castle up longer than I could with a normal civilization. So Ronald says 45 million raised in 12 years for Doctors Without Borders and the Prevent Cancer Foundation. It's pretty great. That does sound like a noble cause. I misread Prevent there for a moment, and I was like, that does not sound like a noble cause. But no, preventing cancer is a noble cause for sure. Almost as noble as revenge. Okay, so Shikso, Imperial Age, what's the plan? Let's look over here at Shikso's base and see what he's going to do. He's just going to make a bunch of Manaspa. Alright, so Shikso is going to... He's going to do the Imperial Age Manaspa, and he's going to try to catch up to Wien Dinchester here. And it could be effective. We'll see. Seems like he knows better than to make trebuchets at this point, right? Why make trebuchets when your opponent just has a bunch of units that can snipe them? So, he is making bonus barracks. What's up with these bonus barracks? Let's see. He's getting iron casting. He's getting plate barding armor. These are good technologies to get. Wien Dinchester's getting the speed upgrade. They're both kind of doing a mirror build here, with Shikso running into Wien Dinchester's farming economy and doing his best to be a pain. Disruptive squires coming in so that Wien Dinchester's halberdiers or pikemen will be able to keep up with raiding cavalry more effectively. Shikso has smitten this mule cart here. So, too bad for you, Wien Dinchester. You will not be able to take this gold. Alright, and Shikso deciding that he wants another castle too, and he's going to build it here. This is a good location. Protects the gold. It's on the hill, mostly, sort of. And it secures some additional wood lines here. Just got to wait for his army to get out of the way so the villagers can start building it. Because everybody knows that there's no space for a cavalryman on a zone for a castle, but once the castle's completed, you can fit 20 of these guys in there. Alright, so the halberdier upgrade coming in for Wien Dinchester. Infantry armor as well. Shikso getting conscription now, so he's going to be able to pump out those Manaspa. It's going to be like an assembly line, a factory for them. What is this? We got an outpost here. Wien Dinchester building this outpost to help him keep an eye on Shikso. Make sure that Shikso isn't about to swoop in here. Seems like Shikso does have the map control. Okay, Wien Dinchester's moved over here to take some... Alright, he's going to take stone instead of gold. He's probably thinking, I need more castles to compete with this guy. And indeed, Shikso has 3 castles and Wien Dinchester only has 2. So, another castle could help him out quite a bit. Schickso feeling comfortable with the number of cavalry that he has out on the field, and so he is rolling some trebuchets forward. He has just gotten the Elite Monaspa upgrade, and Ween Dinchester is not very far behind. I like how these players are using monks to heal their units. We're going to have a big fight. Are there going to be conversions? Yeah, looks like it. Both players are ready to fight. Okay, Ween Dinchester decides not to take the fight. Why would you take the fight, right? You've got Halbs coming. The castle is under attack. It will not last long against 2 trebuchets. This is a trebuchet sniping party. And Schickso's like, no wait, Control Z on this trebuchet. Try to get it to go away. He's going to save the one on the right, but the one on the left goes down. And Schickso not prepared for the halberdier. I mean, he is going to be making infantry of his own. He's getting halberdier upgrade. But Ween Dinchester has the technology advantage right here. He's able to push Schickso back. So the castle was only minorly attacked. It was attacked in a minor way. Trebuchets came, they threw a couple stones at it, and then they got out of there. They got out of there when the halberdiers showed up. So now we're going to see who gets chemistry first, I would assume. It's going to be an arms race to chemistry for killing the halberdiers. It's always the rock, paper, scissors. Let's see. Ween Dinchester, 139 villagers to Schickso's 121. Guys, remember that Schickso has 3 relics. Ween Dinchester has 1. So Ween Dinchester needs to make things happen here. He's getting plate mail armor for his cavalry. He's expanded his economy over here. This town center is smart. I like that town center. Town center will give at least some of his villagers a place to go in case he is raided over here. He's taking this stone. It looks like he's got a bunch of idle villagers, actually. Look at all these idle villagers just standing here. They're just standing. They're not working. Get back to work. I bet he would send them to... Oh, alright. He's going to farm. That's not what I was going to say, but I'll pretend that it was. Schickso wants to expand over here. He's got a town center foundation placed. It's next to 2 of these resources, and then there's a third one not so far away. It's okay as long as both players are sort of fighting around the center. You can't build on this rock terrain, so that's a little bit of a complication. It's harder to push in that way. The battles have to be won by units. More trebuchets rolling forward. Let's take a look at army counts. Schickso with 61, Ween Dinchester with 55, so very similarly sized armies. Blast Furnace coming in for both. Schickso's is going to be in slightly sooner. It's not so important as far as the halberdiers are concerned. You know, because +2 is small compared to their overall attack bonus. But Schickso doing the smart thing and making Halb fight Halb. And in that case, it will benefit him. I would have loved to see Ween Dinchester... Okay, he is repairing that castle. I was going to say, there should be villagers working nearby that castle so that they can repair it. Alright, so big battle here. Who comes out on top, I'm not sure. It looks like Ween Dinchester is trying to snipe this trebuchet. He does get one, and he's working on the other. Castle is damaged, but Schickso manages to save these other 2 trebuchets. And that blast furnace being in before Ween Dinchester's is pretty decisive. Schickso with 43 army left to Ween Dinchester's 20. So I think that Schickso is going to win this. But Ween Dinchester had to fight there because he needed to keep his castle alive. But that did cost him most of his army. But we'll see. Maybe he turns it around. But Schickso is definitely at an advantage right now. In addition to having the relics, he got the technologies he needed first. Although, Seikilos just finished the second armor. And that should actually offset him having the attack sooner. So I don't know, it must have been maybe a little bit of luck or numbers. Castle's still under repairs. Ween Dinchester's managed to snipe another trebuchet. He's got one trebuchet left. And that trebuchet is quite injured, but he's nowhere near. Does anybody know if the Georgians get bombard cannons? That could be a pretty good answer to these trebuchets. Okay, that trebuchet finally goes down. We have Seikilos deciding to go for a raid. So, Ween Dinchester is building fortified churches in his economy. Actually, he's built a fortified church here. And he's building a university, so I would imagine that he's going to be getting armor technology, armor and hit point technology for buildings, since he's under so much pressure. Seikilos' army is 66, he's pop-capped. Ween Dinchester's army is 20. He does have more villagers, though. He's just trying to keep this castle alive. Ween Dinchester is getting... Okay, he's getting fletching. This will help his castle kill units, I suppose. I don't know that Georgians really do ranged units. Maybe you guys can correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I think it's Armenians who have the ranged unit expertise. Sure enough, masonry is coming in here for Ween Dinchester, as well as the final cavalry armor upgrade. Yikes. That hurts. Ween Dinchester with 7 on gold. Seikilos' raids are taking him off of gold, and he only has 1 relic in his monastery. So maybe that's Seikilos' plan, is to raid Ween Dinchester's sources of gold here. Whereas Seikilos is flush with cash. He's got 39 on gold, and he's got over 1,000 gold. He's researching chemistry now. So, we could see hand cannons and bombard cannons coming from Seikilos. And that would be an effective counter to everything that Ween Dinchester is making. Ween Dinchester has a lot of food and a lot of wood, and he can make a lot of halberdier from that, but there's not really any number of halberdier that you can make that can kill a group of 25 or 30 hand cannons. It can't be done. You know, once somebody gets 25 or 30 hand cannons, you must have... It doesn't matter how many pikemen you have. You must have something other than pikemen in order to stop them. Preferably a siege onager, or a few bombard cannons. But a big cluster of paladin will do as well. This castle's hanging on. Ween Dinchester using that Georgian repair bonus to keep it alive while trying to snipe these trebuchets. I think this castle is finally going to go down, though. He only got 1 trebuchet, and these other 2 are still working on it, and yep, there goes the castle. So castle goes down, and that's going to open up Seikilos to be able to push into Ween Dinchester's base. He can siege these other castles here. Ween Dinchester could try and expand out this way, but Seikilos has some army out here keeping an eye on it. I'm wondering if we're going to see archery ranges, or what the deal is. Why did he get chemistry? Don't tell me it was just for the attack bonus on the ranged units. I'd be pretty disappointed. I mean, well, I guess we may never know. We may never know. I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything. Don't know. Don't know, guys. I just know that here comes Shikso. And he's got a bunch of Manaspa. He's got some pikemen. He mysteriously got chemistry, although he doesn't appear to be using it for anything. But he did manage to destroy Ween Dinchester's castle in the front. And he's pushing, but he's being pushed back, actually. Or maybe he's withdrawing to regroup. I'm not really sure. Okay, he's got a group of cavalry here. Again, wants to come and raid this gold mine that Ween Dinchester is on. Ween Dinchester has... yeah, he's got about 700 gold there. So, it's not a lot, but it's something. You know, you could make a handful of Manaspa with that, or a few siege weapons. But I think Shikso's in a pretty commanding position this game from having so many relics. Got 4 castles. He's in. This is a really good spot for him. He's enjoying these minerals. Okay, Ween Dinchester decides that he wants a castle right here to help him. Ah, okay, he's got another gold over here. This is a really helpful gold. So he's going to build this castle here, and this castle will secure some wood. It'll help secure this gold here slightly. And he's just getting this Bodkin upgrade now. And I think he might even get Bracer too. I'm pretty sure that the Georgians get Bracer. Could be wrong. I don't really know the new civs very well. You guys have to correct me on that. Okay, so more Halb and Manaspa and Monk push. A few more siege weapons. Where's all the hand cannons, man? Alright, here we go. Here we go. We got ranges. We got ranges. Is he going to make hand cannons? Or is he going to make skirmishers? Is that why he's getting Bracer? It's to make skirmishers. I sure hope not. I'd love to see hand cannons. I don't know how good George's skirmishers are. I would assume they're fine. Most of these cavalry civs are designed to have good skirmishers, right? Because everybody knows, you know, you don't want to let pikemen ruin your fun. You got to have some answer to pikemen. Ween Dinchester converting a halberdier. I've converted halberdiers before. It's fine. Ween Dinchester buying himself some time here. Shikso's got a big farming economy now. He's got 140 villagers. 40 military. Ween Dinchester 138, 136. So his population is dropping. Are we going to see hand cannons? Yes, hand cannons. Alright, excellent. So Shikso's making hand cannons. Those hand cannons will be decisive. I think when Ween Dinchester sees the hand cannons, he might resign. But then again, when, you know, Shikso might resign when Ween Dinchester sees the hand cannons. But that wouldn't really make any sense. That would really confuse me. I just say that because I don't like to call games before they're over. I'm a big believer in comebacks. And sometimes you can be in a winning position and make a mistake. You never know what your opponent comes up with either. These guys are going to share this gold, which is kind of cute. Until Shikso shows up with a Manaspa. Manaspa can kill a villager in like 3 hits, apparently. So, Ween Dinchester will have to send something over there to defend it. Or he'll have to withdraw. Or he'll just let the villagers go down, because it's cheaper just to build new villagers. Oh, boys. I don't know. This capture age, it seems a little bit laggy. It seems like it's really struggling to run capture age here. Everything's happening in slow motion. Wondering if I can turn some graphics down, maybe. But I don't think so. Yeah, I've got the graphics minimized. Yeah, my graphics card. Oh well. I guess they just keep adding features to capture age. It makes it more and more demanding, my resources. But this is the push that we were kind of looking for. I don't think the game will last too much longer. There's hand cannons now, so I don't think Ween Dinchester can stop this. He can snipe the trebuchets, but I don't think he can kill the army. And then eventually, Shikso will find a way to keep the trebuchets safe. Castle under attack. Ween Dinchester again, of course, repairing it. Georgians with their really, really useful repair bonus for this map. I honestly did not think Georgians, but it makes sense. They both picked it. But we could see some players come up with some different strats, though. You know, just because a couple of 2K players both randomly picked Georgians for this map doesn't mean that you have to. Doesn't mean that they're the best. It's just an idea. It's a thought, you know, something worth trying out. And they both thought that it would be a strong option, so it means it's a strong option. Castle goes down, and Shikso's rampage will continue, I think. He'll probably come into here now and attack this castle. At least that's what I would do. No, Ween Dinchester sees the writing on the wall and calls the GG. He might have made a bunch of halbs, but he just ran out of gold. Alright, so guys, I'll be right back. Let me refill my water, and then we will get started on the next game. Casting. Watch. Their next game is Chris Figado. And we'll just make sure before I step away, loading the game. Nope. We don't want to be spoiling anything. There were two halves to this game. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Let me refill my water. And then we'll get this going. We'll talk about the map. We'll talk about the players. Right back. Okay, well, let's go. So what do you guys need to know about this map? Well, it's Hideout. I decided to make a Greek version of Hideout but I decided to do like a really, really nice job at it. So this is actually probably going to be one of the best hideout maps you've ever seen. Why do I say that? Well, there are a couple of reasons. Number one, it's more consistent. This forest in the center is perfectly circular. So, you know, I have to worry about some random arm of forest coming out unfairly and making it very easy to wall somewhere. What else? Well, it's pretty. You see how you got this green line here? All the relics are outside of that green line. And the outside here actually looks kind of hilly and rocky, kind of like real-life Greece. You've got mixtures of bush and an olive or Italian pine forest. Other than that, there's not really anything particularly special about it. Got a little bit of space out here. You can see that Shikso is pushing in his deer. Okay, so civilization time. Shikso is playing as the Burgundians, and Wien Dinchester is playing as the Portuguese. So both of these civilizations have good castle ages. We could see these guys go for unique unit, similar to last time. I think we're going to see organ guns from Wien Dinchester, just because it's a popular unit. Oh, interesting. Okay, he actually deleted some of his wall segments so that he could push his deer in more easily. That's pretty handy. Whereas Shikso's doing the whole sheep standing in the gate trick. Again, same heavy swordsman as last time. He does a little bit more damage than the scout per time. Of course, Shikso's already starting to wall this off. You know, if the opponent busts into the front of your base and they've got a bunch of stuff, it's always good to have a secondary wall behind it. So that's what he's got in place here. Okay. Deer. So it's pretty quiet so far. Both players are just pushing their deer. I'm wondering if we're going to see anybody go archers at first. Oh, you know what? I should point something out. Wien Dinchester is not taking wood. Look at that. He's not taking wood, but he's still getting wood somehow. I think they did something weird with the Portuguese, where they like made it so that their foragers collect wood. Like when the forager breaks down the forage bush, not only do they take the berries, but they actually break the twigs of the forage bush, and they use that to build their buildings and make their archers and such. It's kind of bizarre that the Portuguese can do that, but whatever. Shikso has built a lumber camp here. Let me check Shikso's vision, actually. Does Shikso not know that this is perfectly circular? He does not. Okay, so as far as Shikso knows, you know, this comes all the way out here and stuff. I don't think you could tower this in Feudal Age, but you could get close. That's why I don't think that's that great of a lumber camp. But then again, Shikso might be looking at it like, if I build my lumber camp here and we both chop through, somebody can tower my wood line. So I do get it. It makes sense. Okay, finally a lumber camp here for Wien Dinchester. But I think that this is an FC. This is one of those lightning fast castle builds where... Okay, he rebuilt his wall down here. That's cute. Well, you can't let Shikso in, right? Shikso would be nothing but trouble if he got in. Yeah, I think this is one of those lightning fast castle builds into organ guns. And the idea is he gets there before Shikso's ready for it. That's my guess. Whereas Shikso, actually, as Burgundians, could be tempted to take longer Dark and Feudal Ages, because I believe that Burgundians have access to... Yeah, see, look at this. Shikso's already gotten Double-Bit Axe and Horse Collar, and he hasn't even clicked up to Feudal Age yet. So I think Wien Dinchester is kind of hoping that Shikso will be greedy, and that Shikso will not be up to the Castle Age in time to defend from an organ gun push. So here we go. We can see that Ween Dinchester is already on the stone. Uh-oh, we have a pause. So we're at 9:22. Remember that. Okay. Capture Age decides to be merciful and continue. So, yep, he's already on the stone. He's got 2 on gold, so Lightning Castle build. He'll be just about set to click up to the Castle Age. I mean, he needs 325 wood, so he can build that market and blacksmith pretty handily. Shikso's Feudal Age. Shikso is going stable. So maybe Shikso's just like, he's not going to castle drop me because I'm going to make scouts. And that could be true. Uh-oh. Got another pause from Capture Age here. There we go. Well, it felt like it kind of jumped ahead a little bit, but maybe not. Alright, so Market Blacksmith. Ween Dinchester, he's got a little bit of extra food, actually. I wonder if he's going to get double bed axe. He's already getting it, actually. But he could get horse collar. What do we got here? Alright, he was working on this wall a little bit. He's on his way up to the Castle Age. Shikso wants to be on his way up to the Castle Age. He's not quite there yet, though. As soon as Capture Age gets going again. There's some attack. Okay, Shikso is down here attacking Ween Dinchester's gate. No scouts in production from Shikso. I think it's going to be knights. And knights would be a good answer to the organ guns as long as there were enough of them. Man, Capture Age is really struggling today. Not sure what's going on. Okay, okay, chases off Shikso with his scout. He thinks he's going to get the advantage, but Shikso shows up with a scout that he built and finishes him off. So Shikso still has his heavy swordsman alive. Ween Dinchester has a castle going up. He's building it in a location where Shikso can easily see where it is. So you have to weigh the value of the wall it provides against the information that it's giving Shikso. And it seems that Ween Dinchester has come to the conclusion that Shikso already knows what I'm up to. So why hide it? Just use this castle to help wall. And it'll be fine. I wasn't going to surprise Shikso with organ guns. I bet that's what Ween Dinchester is thinking. So he deletes the palisade. Castle's going to go up. Organ guns are in queue. And Shikso has a limited time to come up with a solution here. Aha! Shikso's solution is redemption monks. Okay, I like it. I like that solution. Anything involving monks I like. I don't know, though. Got 2 monastery. I guess that should be enough. But he's really got to rake in the gold here to make sure that he can get redemption in time. Scout wants to come on in, maybe go after this monk, but I don't think it's going to happen. And if it does, it'll happen in a little bit. Maybe after I've finished a few sentences. Come on. Alright, well, I don't know what happened, but the scout ended up over here. And the monk and the organ gunner, and a few organ guns are actually now chasing them. So, whatever. Ween Dinchester is not going to make... He's not going to undercommit to the relics this time. You know, he really wants to make sure that he gets the relics in. So he's sending the monk out to get this first relic. And Shikso on the lookout for monks here, but I don't think he spots it. Does Shikso know where the relics are? All of them? No, he did not know that there was a relic down here. So if he did, he might have become suspicious that a monk was headed down that way. But he didn't become suspicious of that, or he didn't head down there. So it's probably because he didn't know that there was a relic down there. But I think that Ween Dinchester needs to get moving here. He needs to go after Shikso. Don't let Shikso formulate a defense. Okay, Shikso is grabbing this relic here so that Ween Dinchester can't get a relic victory. Ween Dinchester is going after this relic, and now he's going to go after this relic. So I think Shikso can still get at least 2 relics, though. There's another relic here. It's Greece. There's relics everywhere. The whole country is a giant relic, honestly. It's pretty cool. Got a lot of history there. Alright, scout getting shot down. But these organ guns are not close enough to deny this relic. So it's going to be 3 relics versus 2 relics, which is a little bit more fair this time. Okay, teleportation up here, not a big deal. It's just capture age gremlins. I think we're going to see our first raid. No redemption from Shikso yet. He's getting fervor, so I guess the 2 monasteries were just to get relics first. And we kind of predicted that this would happen, right? That these villagers could be attacked from stuff that's outside of here. I thought it could be a tower, but this is almost as good. So Shikso is going to have to relocate this wood line. He's probably going to have to come over here or something. Or he's going to have to get redemption, but it doesn't seem like he's doing that. Ween Dinchester wants in. So I think he's going to try working... Yep. He's going to try working the palisades. Chiseling away at them until he can get in. I can't see which one he's attacking though, which is kind of bad. Which palisade is he attacking? They appear to have full HP. Okay, so apparently Shikso has redemption, and these organ guns have to withdraw. So he just got it, and I didn't even notice. He snuck it in. Ween Dinchester is getting devotion, which is some bullshit technology that makes it so that your units are harder to convert, as though the monk meta was just overpowered. Yeah, right. Monks are awesome. Okay, the monks are chasing these organ guns. So maybe we're going to see an atonement monk battle next. Shikso actually getting atonement because he sees some monks around here. It's like, I'd love to convert those. So Ween Dinchester is not investing as much into this attack as I think Shikso believes that he is. And this capture age is kind of pretty bad. I think I might need to restart Capture Age after this set is concluded. See if that helps out. These organ guns are not. Yeah, we just see a little bit of an organ gun dance here. Where'd all Shikso's monks go? I don't know. Ween Dinchester coming back with some more, though. See. Shikso is on 3 town centers, which I think is kind of important, and Ween Dinchester appears to be kind of... Oh, he's going it! He's going it! He saved up the food for it. He's probably selling food. He's probably selling a little bit of stone, selling a little bit of wood. He's going to be able to click up pretty soon. That will be a game changer here. Shikso will be in big trouble. Yeah, see, look at he's selling resources there. And he's going to click up. This game, I'm excited. Even though Capture Age is jittering. And it's pretty annoying. So we got ourselves a little Atonement Monk battle here. Okay, and Ween Dinchester gets that conversion in. They both have organ guns. They both have monks. Ween Dinchester building a forward monastery. I think this is really all about the monks at this point. When it gets to this point, like you're fighting with the monks, and then you've got a cluster of organ guns just for killing light cav and scouts. Oh, alright, he got in. He's in. Sort of dangerous, though, because Shikso has a bunch of... Yeah, he's got to get out of there. He's got to get out of there. He can't push. He needs to get Imperial Age, and he needs to get block printing. And he needs to make, like, 10 more monks. And I think he can do it. He's got 21 on gold. Shikso's at 76 villagers to his 48. So, I'm actually... I gotta be honest. You know, I'm liking Ween Dinchester's style here. This is pretty fun. But unfortunately, this is a little bit... I guess Shikso does get some organ guns out of that, but he also loses some monks. And I don't know if he wants to lose monks now. He's up for... He's going to be in for quite the Atonement Monk battle here in just a minute. Actually, a little less than a couple minutes. It's going to take Ween Dinchester 20 more seconds to get Imp, and then maybe a minute to get block printing, and the monks keep flowing. We're probably going to see Ween Dinchester making trebuchets immediately upon hitting Castle Age. He's going to queue up trebs. Yeah, there it is. So he is doing a fast imp monk treb type build, which is amazing. And there's the block printing, like I said. So this is... I'm liking his style. This is a Tech Chariot style push right here, but it's actually done at a 2K level, so it's actually scary. When I do it, it's not nearly as scary as this. So Shikso's like, crap, I gotta go up myself. So Shikso is on his way up to the next stage. Ween Dinchester is getting Heresy, which I think is kind of a mistake. I think that's just such a heal. I mean, would you rather have Heresy or would you rather have 10 monks? Like, Shikso's got 4 monks. Okay, he's got 6 monks. It's not that scary. I would rather have 10 more monks than Heresy. I could be wrong, though. Actually, did he cancel that? I think he canceled it. I'm not sure. To go back and watch the recording and see what happened to that. But he might have reconsidered. He was like, man, you know, I really need this gold for something else. So Shikso, he knows that the Treb Wars are coming. Here rolls forward Trebuchet. There's probably going to be another one. There it is. It's just trying to find its way out. It does manage to succeed. He's got... Apparently, he's housed. Okay, that's it. He's building a castle here, and he's going to be able to make trebuchets from this castle. And he's going to have kind of a treb platform. He's going to be somewhat a little bit ahead in trebuchets. And he's going Cavalier. That is bold. Ween Dinchester's going to have a crap ton of monks. He's going to need a lot of Cavaliers to make this happen. And he's relocating much of his economy. Although there is some stuff out here. I don't know. Will we see Ween Dinchester, like, send some... Oh, Seikilos sending a raiding party. I think that's a mistake, actually. And I'll tell you why. This is going to tell Ween Dinchester that Seikilo's going on over here. Like, Seikilos is doing something over here. And Ween Dinchester is going to go and react to it. Maybe not. Maybe it's fine. Maybe Ween Dinchester just, like, walls this off and just tries to fight in one place, because that's how monks work. He is attacking this town center here. And we got a few more seconds here until Seikilos is imp. This trebuchet is finally getting in. These trebuchets are finally getting in position. They're so slow. It's kind of annoying. We'll see if Seikilos doubles down on this castle. I don't think that he will. I think Seikilos will let this castle go, because his plan is Cavaliers. No, his plan is Paladins. I don't know. I think monks like Paladins even more. To monks, it doesn't matter. Alright, Ween Dinchester's like, well, I don't have any military to convert, so I'm just going to convert some villagers. And he's doing all of this on 57 villagers. And I'm assuming that he's making more. I think he has added another town center. He's starting to divert military this way. Does not want to let Seikilos come in here and mess with him. But he is technically in Seikilos' base. And he technically is pressuring things. And he's doing damage. Seikilos housed. He got a bunch of monks here. Where are all of his monks? He needs to come over here and pick a fight with these monks before he loses all of his organ guns. Alright, time will tell if he got heresy. Let's see. I don't think he did because he's withdrawing. But maybe he did. No, he did not. He did cancel it. Okay. That's what I thought he did. So he gets a few conversions. Ween Dinchester gets a few conversions. And now Ween Dinchester, I think, can push because these monks are out of faith. So Ween Dinchester with 32 military to Seikilos' 11 military. Seikilos has, I think, 6 paladins. No, 6 cavaliers. Or 5 cavaliers. About... No, he's got 8 cavaliers and 3 more being built. 10 cavaliers and 1 more being built. And he's trying to expand his base over here. And he's succeeding at doing so. Ween Dinchester is not over there. So these relics have been liberated. So if Ween Dinchester is smart, he will build a monastery here and take these relics for himself. And that will actually start a relic countdown. Seikilos over here with a scout cavalry harassing these gold miners. Here it is. So we're gonna see Ween Dinchester. No, no, Ween Dinchester, no, 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 no. He only picks up. That's so stupid how the monks do that. He clearly meant to get both of them. He sent the monks for it, and he's only gonna grab one. That's so annoying. The game works like that. Okay, so this is actually the first part. Hey! Hey, Adam. Welcome. The X Factor. We're going to watch the second half now. This one right here. It's a two-parter. Okay, so we saw him, he retrieved one of the relics, and now he's got to send the monks back to get the other, which is super annoying that they didn't just pick up both. He has destroyed most of Seikilos' base, Ween Dinchester has, and now he's pushing out this way. Seikilos has been trying to build up a paladin army, but due to losing all of his farms, he's only got 4 on food right now. It's hard to make paladins if you don't have any food. You gotta feed the men, you gotta feed the horses. So he's just trying to get things going again. Seikilos figures, you know, maybe I can rebuild my market and buy a bunch of food here and then pump out some more paladins and overwhelm these monks. So this relic is coming in. This is going to start the relic countdown. Or at least it should for Ween Dinchester. I think it does. Unless Shikso managed to take a relic with him. Let's see, how many relics? So Ween Dinchester has 4 relics, and Shikso has 0 relics. So what's going on with that? Did they not play on standard victory condition? I don't think it's going to matter, because I think that Ween Dinchester is going to win either way. But it looks like they mistakenly did not play on standard victory condition. So I'll have to point that out to them. Remind them. But technically, Ween Dinchester should have an advantage in the sense that he'll have a relic countdown. And that will put pressure on Shikso to attack him and make mistakes that he might not normally make. And we did see that in Alchemy League Season 1. Sometimes somebody would have a bunch of relics and trigger a relic victory, and the other guy would panic and attack them before he was ready. So it can make a difference. I don't think it's going to matter here. Ween Dinchester deciding the stone gate is what he needs. Oh, light cab in. Oh, but they shoot it down. Saves the monk. Okay, so Shikso planning forward here. He's on stone. He denies the gold. He wants to go after Ween Dinchester and get him. There is a big army of organ guns here. And, guys, I should point out that Ween Dinchester has more economy than Shikso does right now, which is pretty bad. But Shikso's economy has been hurt very badly by Ween Dinchester. There's all of these empty farmland here that Ween Dinchester has taken over. The trebuchets are working on the houses. And Shikso decides that he's going to convert these stables. There is a group of paladin here, but Shikso afraid to fight it. Just kind of lets his one stable get converted anyway. The thing with monks is you need to build up until you have a critical mass, and I think that's what Shikso is waiting for. He's trying to expand his economy out here. Again, food is an issue for Shikso. But he has built stuff out this way. If he can just keep that safe a little bit longer, maybe he can mass up enough to overwhelm the monks. Right? It makes sense. It's logical. It's the thought. Elite organ gun coming in for Ween Dinchester. Elite organ guns are going to be a lot more powerful. They'll be much more effective against Imperial Age cavalry. Of course, he's always kind of got to babysit these monks here to make sure that his opponent doesn't swoop in and kill everything when he's not looking. It's always quite awkward. Heresy. Alright, Ween Dinchester deciding that now is a good time to get Heresy. Now that his opponent is down to 5 monks instead of 6. I don't know, maybe he's just flush with cash. So I gotta remind these guys that it is standard victory condition. Alright, so Ween Dinchester coming in after getting the elite organ gun upgrade. He's got a few more monks, and most importantly, he's got trebuchets. And he's working on these town centers. I think Shikso will have to fight this. Nope, Shikso deciding not to fight it. He's building more monks of his own. He's got a trebuchet here. Ween Dinchester was forced to build a castle, and apparently Ween Dinchester has done this Vitoria boom. And that's how he has more economy than Shikso. That explains it. What do we got over here? Yeah, I think Ween Dinchester would have won by now, actually. Maybe not quite. So we got a raiding party. These light cavalry. This will be annoying to deal with. And he might as well just roll these right up to here. Wait a second. Okay, it's a monk. It's a monk of Seikilos that's in that monastery, not a relic. What about this one? Okay, yeah, they're both just monks. I wonder if Seikilos is going to pop out of these monasteries and just convert trebuchets. That'd be pretty funny, actually. We got ourselves a big monk battle. But Ween Dinchester had heresy. So, I guess he kind of stayed ahead of it. Seikilos deleting that house to try to help him help himself get a better fight there. He's deleting that stable too to get a surround. What's the faith situation on this monk? Should this monk be helping out? We can't tell the faith situation. Oh my goodness, he's gonna get the cleanup. He's gonna get the cleanup. I can't believe it. Oh, but there's bombard cannons here. Okay, so Seikilos saving this flank. He overpowered the organ guns. He killed the monks. But did Ween Dinchester do enough damage? I think he did. I think he did a ton of damage. And I think that the battle is going to be waged from this front now. Another Feitoria under construction. Seikilos cannot make Feitoria. He is Burgundian. Messy, messy game so far. I don't know that bombard cannons really make a lot of sense when there are redemption monks on the battlefield, but, you know, these guys are much better players than I'll ever be, so there's probably a good reason. Ween Dinchester deciding that this stable would be quite useful to him. And Seikilos hasn't noticed. He's so busy being converted elsewhere. He hasn't noticed that this monk is here. Okay, so he actually does take the stable. Which is sort of funny. So we have Halberdier now being produced by Ween Dinchester. They're going to be an important counter to the Paladins. Paladin's getting another cleanup. Paladin's just OP. Everybody loves Paladins. Now, if you're Seikilos, what do you do with this exactly? I guess you take him back and you heal him up to fight somewhere else. It's kind of hard to get in here and do a lot of economy damage because these are Feitoria, right? So it's not like killing villagers. Ween Dinchester apparently converted a few Paladin over here. This is going to continue. He's going to continue attacking Seikilos on this side and on this side. Just seems that he keeps on switching between the two sides. It looks like the monk micro action is over here. Ween Dinchester, is he paying attention? Yes, he is. He reassigns the monks onto the light cav. He gets one. Is he only going to get one? Oh, wow, that hurts. He only got one and he lost the rest of his monks. Ouch! So he's got 0 on gold, but he's got all those Fetorias and he's got all the relics. And Shikso calls the GG. Yeah, Shikso's out of stuff. He's out of gold. Good game, well played. It's a fun set. So, let's see. Shikso won the first one, and Ween Dinchester won the second one. So I always like to see balanced sets in terms of wins there. So I'll have to send those guys a note reminding them that it's standard victory condition. So I'll be right back, guys. Let me refill my water again. I've been a little parched, dehydrated. But, yeah, GG's. Fun game. Very fun game to watch. I appreciated Ween Dinchester's crazy strategy. Fast Imp, Monk Treb. But he didn't go straight for it. He transitioned into it. Transitioned into it from an organ gun rush. So I'll be right back and we'll get started with the next set. All right. Let us go and cast the next set. But before I do, let us go back to the spreadsheet. There we go. So let's just talk about the players real quick. Leo 13, I believe, is from the United Kingdom. He's around 1630, according to our tournament ELO calculation. The best in the world. Theoretically, it's always been the best in the world. Alchemy League Season 2, Sprint 2, it had some bug that I had to chase down. But it's better now. And then Raven, I believe, is from Bulgaria, Romania, somewhere in Eastern Europe or Balkans. He is 1581. So about 50 ELO worth of difference here, similar to the other guys. So, you know, anything can happen with 50 ELO difference. That's the fun part. And of course, we cannot group players who are directly next to each other in general. But these guys are still pretty close. So that's a win for us. So let us load their first game. This is Raven right there. Olympos. Now Raven also wants to be the Georgians on Olympos. And Leo 13 is... he's, I guess he's parodying Dr. Disrespect. I don't know much about Twitch or anything like that, because they get started here. I just know that Dr. Disrespect was busted. I tell you, a lot of these big, you know, internet personalities are actually pretty bad people behind the scenes. You know, and they farm loyalty from their sycophants. But anyway, this is supposed to be a happy stream, so don't worry about Leo 13's misnomer. In fact, I'll actually just rename him right now. I'm pretty sure I can do that. Yeah, look at that. Leo 13. Just so that we're not distracted by that. But I can't change it down there, unfortunately. So, I don't actually know the results for these. I don't know what the score is because those guys forgot to post it. So, we're just going to have to remember here after the cast. And then I'll remind them to, for mine to post scores. Now, there is one more thing that you guys should know, and that is that the set that these guys are playing right now is actually a wild card round. So it's actually not possible sometimes or all of the time to guarantee that you can fit all of the sets into 4 rounds, because sometimes players have, like, in order to do that, one player would have to play more than one opponent per round, and that's not fair. So we had kind of like a spillover round where there's like four different sets, 8 different people playing. And the thing with that is that is called our bonus round because each sprint is only 4 rounds long. So the bonus round is something that you can play at any time during that sprint. So you could play it at the very beginning, you could play it at the very end. Doesn't matter. Scheduling is extremely flexible. And on top of that, you do not have to worry about the map of the week because, well, map of the week changes depending on the week. You just get home maps. I don't know if these guys knew that because, unless maybe one of them wanted Olympus as a home map. What have we got here? Okay, we just got an aggressive board lower here, and somebody decided to kill a sheep during the process. So I think that they may have accidentally picked this map because they didn't know about the fact that if you're doing a bonus round, there is no home map. Or sorry, home maps are all that you have. There is no map of the week. So Raven over here, a little bit, these guys are just kind of standing around talking how great that board lure was. I think Raven is also pushing in deer as well. Let's talk about the Sibs. We've seen Georgians. What do you guys think about Incas on this map? I'm curious about what the plan is for Incas. I don't know if it's going to be some kind of crazy feudal age eagle rush or what, or if it's going to be a tower rush or what the deal is. I'm actually pretty excited for that. Now, both these players have done a decent job of keeping their town centers working. They've got 2 and 3 seconds of town center idle time, respectively. So they're good players. They're better than I am. They're not at the 2K level, but we can still expect to be very entertained by what these guys have to do. And honestly, you know, it doesn't really matter. I think, you know, some people find that low elo games are just as entertaining as high elo games. What matters the most is that the players are balanced properly. That is, it is more important to balance the players than it is to get those players as high as possible, you know?
Yes.
Don't attack the guys in the middle. They are strong. Yes, they are. They are going to prevent you from doing anything until the castle age. They have 75 HP. It's true, and you can click on them to see how much HP they have. So, Leo 13 just sort of learning about the map here. He's like, oh, I'll just snipe them. Well, it doesn't work like that. So what else was I going to say? So most important thing is that players are equally matched. But I will say that if you're a more skilled player, sometimes it can be hard to watch lower elo players because you're like, oh, you're making a mistake. You know, you can see them making mistakes and there's nothing you can do about it. It's not you playing. If you were playing, then you could just fix the mistake. Yeah, so Leo 13 here, his scout is pretty wounded. The good news is he can garrison in this town center. And he's on his way up to the feudal age. He's sending 2 out to gold, so I think it's just going to be a standard archer's build. He's got two lumber camps here. He's going out to gold now, so this is just a standard archer's build from Leo 13. Raven, on the other hand, think Raven is going to go scouts. Yeah, 20 pop scouts. What's interesting, though, is that Leo 13 is 20 pop as well. So I think it's 20 pop archers versus 20 pop scouts, basically. And 20 pop archers is interesting. You basically start with 1 range and 3 on golds. He's building a spearman because he is expecting scouts. And that spearman will keep the scouts off of his villagers while he builds a proper archer mass. Oh. I would much rather see a wall across like this, but that's fine. And he could even capture this gold out here too. This is probably a range. Yep. I think Inca get decent archers. I think they get fully upgraded Arbalist, if I remember correctly. So it's not a bad choice. I don't think they get any bonuses toward them, but it's not a bad choice. And Leo 13 could still win with like good timings for his archers. I think that the archer meta is quite weak right now. You generally don't want to make archers in Age of Empires 2 unless you enjoy losing. Because cavalry are sexy, and the devs have done everything that they can to make sexy win. But archers can still win with the right timings. And that's a good thing. So let's see what Leo 13 does with it. Okay. Tree range house. I think we've seen a few scouts come across the map from Raven. Yeah, here they are. But I think Leo 13 is ready for it. He's got 2 spearmen ready. He hasn't made any archers yet that I can see. He's got his heavy swordsman here who talks like he's a Mesoamerican voice. Okay, a couple whacks on this villager. She is a little slightly injured, but these spearmen are going to chase the scouts away. The scouts are... okay, they're smartly avoiding the town center. They're coming back here. Ah, that lady just kind of walled herself in. I think Leo 13... oh my goodness! Oh, he saves it. I can't believe it. That was amazing. That was a good save. And unfortunately, Raven is going to lose this scout, I think. But I think that Raven already knows that Leo 13 is going archers. Let's see. Yeah, so Raven has, of course, scouted this archery range. Hey, DJ Sapson, welcome. Welcome, welcome. So we're just casting Incas versus Georgians here. These guys are 1600 level. So they're way better than I am. Did I miss anything or a game where Shixo deleted his scout and resigned didn't count? I didn't hear about that. Alright, so that scout cavalry goes down. We got ourselves a cute little base here from Raven. There's an overchop, but that's fine. Look at this. Raven's got this little semicircle wall off here going on. With just one terrible wood line. He's got a few skirmishers all prepared, expecting archers, and they are coming from Leo 13 now. So the question is Leo 13 gonna build a second range, or is he gonna build a blacksmith? No, there's the blacksmith right there. Okay, good. Then they probably agreed to restart. There's only one map where that's like that. If you delete your scout on Nomadas, you cannot before unpacking the town center, or unboxing the ox wagon, I should say, you cannot win. When you delete your ox wagon, if you don't control that scout, you will be defeated. So that scout is essential to avoiding defeat on that map. Some people were asking me about that. I was like, you gotta read the specs. But they did find it. They actually did, to their credit, they did find it before I was able to respond. Okay, so Raven is ready for this. Leo 13 shows up, but Raven says, "Joke's on you. I got skirm." So there's not much that Leo 13 can do right now, except click up to the next stage. So he's going to be clicking up right now. Yep, there it is. And look at how heavily he is on gold here. I don't think Leo is that serious about archers. I think he made a few. And hear me out. Hear me out. I think that he just wanted to get his opponent to overreact with a bunch of skirmishers so that he could go into eagles in the next stage. I mean, look at all of this. This is disgusting. This is 12 villagers on gold right here. What kind of dirty, no good, filthy player would put this many villagers on gold while heading up to the castle age? I think only somebody going to eagles would do that. And sure enough, look at this. Here's another barracks, and what did I just see here? Eagles. Eagle Scout. So now we see Leo 13's plot is laid bare before us. He is going eagles in the castle age. He's going to get the first armor upgrade for them. Just in case that skip match is available in Shixo's profile. Seriously? You're being serious about this. Okay, so eagles are being mass produced. And does Raven know? Does Raven know about those eagles? No, Raven does not know about the eagles. He didn't even scout a barracks. Not even one barracks. He knows that Leo 13 must have a barracks because there's an archery range here, and he's not the Khmers. So I don't think Eagle Scouts are going to cut it. I think he needs Eagle Warrior. But Eagle Warrior should not be too far off. And the Eagles are already coming out across the map. Yeah, these skirmishers are going to be quite awful against the Eagles. Can't really fight that. Sending all of his army. Castle Age. So what Raven needs to do is make a bunch of knights right now. Yep, and that's what Raven is doing. We'll see if the timing is right, if you will. He wants to build this town center here. This town center would keep his gold safe from the Eagles. And Leo 13 is here. He wants to quick wall. Leo 13 is here. He needs to stop running in the back direction. I want to see these Eagles work. Because I actually really like Eagles. I don't know if the Eagles are going to do enough damage, though. Yeah, the town center goes up. The Eagles could still be damaging, I guess. He could come out here and raid this wood line, for example. Raven wants to get these town centers up as soon as possible so that the Eagles are not a concern. And yeah, it was close, but it was not quite there.
Yes.
Raven was sorting out his little brother. What? Little brother is working for Leo 13, I guess. Okay, so this knight... I think that Eagle Warriors and Knights are pretty evenly matched if they've got similar upgrades and similar numbers. Okay, and these are Eagle Warrior now. So they're going to be much more powerful. Leo could use a monk or two. But I think, you know, against... If Raven mixed in a monk, you know, it wouldn't work very well because Eagles counter monks. But Knights do not counter monks. So a monk would help Leo 13 a lot more than it would help Raven. Just a free whack from that heavy swordsman there. Alright, Leo 13 is coming back. He could consider just getting all of the relics and starting the relic counter. So he's just building up the eagle numbers here. Let's take a look at economy. They're similarly matched for economy, but Leo 13 has slightly more military. There's that really helpful monk. Could use another monk. That's okay, though. So he's going to try to get a conversion coming in here to save his monk. He's got a few pikemen. Scorpion here. Oh. That hurts. He's attacking the monk specifically, too. Monk goes down to a skirmisher. That never feels great. Alright, so Leo 13 versus Raven here. We got Eagles versus Knights. It's a pretty bloody battle with the town center helping out. And the Eagles are going to get mopped up, which is unfortunate for Leo 13. Did Leo 13 manage to get any relics? No. It looks like there are still 4 relics in the center of the map. And he had map control, too. He could have gotten them. He was too busy trying to attack Raven. Another barracks here. Love to see some pikemen, some monks, some more eagles. Okay, he gets the knight conversion. I don't know. Don't Georgians get some kind of hill bonus or something like that? That was a pretty nasty cleanup right there. I don't see how Leo can win this game. He's taking too many losses. These same knights have powered through like 2 different armies of his. Maybe we'll be surprised. Alright, looks like Leo does finally win that fight, but boy was that costly. Has Raven snagged any relics yet? No, neither player has grabbed relics. Which is surprising. Alright, so now what? Are they just gonna practice farming simulator here? Are they gonna boom, or is somebody gonna try something again? Looks like Leo has still got 29 on gold. So he's really doubling down on these eagles. This is enough gold to sustain a ton of eagle production. And that's indeed what he's doing. So, he wants his eagles. Raven, 83 villagers, 17 military. Scorpions coming forward. Okay, some villagers coming forward for Leo. I always get excited when I see forward villagers. Forward Siege Workshop, let's go. Oh, this is a terrible place for those eagles, though. Alright, well, at least some eagles got around. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to sound like I'm rooting for the Incas, but I do like the Incas. Those scorpions just annihilated the infantry. I don't know that this... Alright, the Siege Workshop does go up. Monks are converting knights. I think these villagers are going to go down, though. We've got 5 knights here. Got a monk here. He's recharging his faith. He's making a mangonel. Big respect. He's dialing up the pressure. Raven wants to drop a castle here. Raven has collected a relic. Boy, poor Leo. He just can't get a cost-effective fight. Knights are just so powerful. And they're so easy. Okay, that was a good conversion, and he's got some pikemen here. He might actually be able to take this. Alright, so that castle goes up. Leo is unable to deny it. Still streaming eagles across the map. Monastery goes up. So these are some kind of needed units to help a siege. And the good news about these buildings is that the castle is not protecting Raven's base from this direction. So Leo could gain some ground if he attacked from here. But he's got to have a cost-effective way to fight these knights. He can't really afford to trade evenly like he's doing. But to his credit, if this were Tech Chariot doing this, I would still be at 30 villagers. And here he is at 88, so he's at least booming at the same time. So he's just an aggressive player. Meanwhile, Raven is silently collecting these relics. He's got 2 relics so far. He's going to bring this one in for a 3rd, and if he gets this 4th and final relic, he could trigger the countdown. So he could be in a very good position from that. This knight wants to snipe some mangonel. We'll see if he is able. I think he's going to get 1 mangonel. Maybe not. Nope, got him. Save the mangonel. We've got a big group of monks here. What's up with that? Oh, he's going for the eagles. I don't think that's good. Oh, he got a couple eagles. I don't normally see people make monks against eagles, but meh. I've been surprised before. Alright, Leo 13 with a castle drop here. Raven counter-castling. He's got a castle behind his town center. Leo 13 is also making a ram. The villagers are just going to shank that down, unfortunately, for Leo 13. I think Raven's pretty well squared away. What's going to happen is Raven is going to get this last relic, I think. And he's going to trigger the relic countdown. Although, Leo 13 has control over this part of the map for now. And he wants to drop his castle here. Leo 13 has more military than Raven. And he's got a similar amount of economy. So even though he's been taking heavy losses, I mean, look at the KD here. Raven with 142 kills and 72 deaths. It's crazy to think that they're so close. Raven has more resources collected. He's got 3 out of the 4 relics. If he could just sneak in that final relic, he could start the countdown. More units streaming across. Is this castle going to go up? This castle could be a doubt castle here. It's kind of a little bit of a throw for Leo. He got it to 95% and was not able to finish it. So he's got to send more villagers. Here they are. They're on their way. Is anybody going up to Imp? Nope, not yet. This is the fun part, is it's all in Castle Age here. From Leo 13. I think that this game will end in Castle Age. Could be mistaken. Where's he going with this? So, Manaspa coming out. Alright, Leo 13 has the resources to build another castle. And he might be aware of these villagers over he's aware of these resources and he wants to deny them, but he can't. So he's just going to try to build the castle here. And this castle actually still has decent health. And yeah, Leo 13 calls the GG. Just can't quite get the traction he needs for his forward. But it was a fun game. It was an entertaining game. Leo 13 with the heavy push in Castle Age, but he doesn't quite make it. He can't quite get the cost-effective battle that he needed with those eagles, but it was close. Raven looked pretty dicey for a while. So with that, we'll give Raven the first win. And now we'll go on to the next game. The last game in our cast from tonight. It's actually on Greek Arabia. So we got Raven playing as the Magyars. And we've got Leo 13 playing as the Hindustani. Now, Greek Arabia, what is it? Well, it's basically just Arabia. It's an open land map. But it's got the outline of an eagle on it, because, I mean, how much more ancient Greece can you get than eagles, right? What else do I have to say about Greek Arabia? Well, it's actually kind of funny, because it's very similar to Irish Arabia that was made for the King of Ireland tournament a long time ago. It's got pretty much the same resource distribution. The only difference are the forests are more clumped than the forests around your base for Irish Arabia. And you don't get like an assigned number of forests, but otherwise it's pretty much the same. Like the golds are the same size and the same distance. The stones are the same size and the same distance. All the other resources are the same size and distance. So, and I'm not just the one that made that up. Like, I've had people tell me that this map feels like Irish Arabia, which I was kind of pleased by, you know, that we could reproduce how that map felt. Because I think that this is the superior Arabia to traditional Arabia. You just got to push those wood lines a little bit farther away, otherwise people are FCing all the time. You know, it's just no fun. So let's talk about strategies here. Let's talk about civilizations first. Leo 13 Civ, like, hard counters Raven. Leo 13's got a way better Civ in this case. If Leo 13 gets to Imperial Camel, it's like, it's over for Raven. The question is, can he get there, right? Camel civilizations are pretty strong. They're very good at countering civilizations that are cavalry but don't get camels. And Magyar are one such example. Let me check to see if the players have scouted each other. So Leo 13 has not yet scouted Raven. Has Raven scouted Leo 13? No. So they're probably both just pushing deer. Yeah, here it is. So Raven wants to get this deer under his town center so that he can have some venison for supper. Oh, shot it. Alright, but at least it wasn't the town center shooting it. So the area outside of the eagle is all at elevation 1 to 2. So it's between elevation 1 and 2. And the area inside of the eagle is between elevation 0 and 1. So it's just a classic, just a standard Greek countryside, if you will. So what are we going to see? We're probably going to see a mirror scouts. That would be my guess. Both players, pretty clean builds. Raven, no idle time. Leo 13 with 4 seconds. So, nothing too much to report. Let's just check. 3 on wood for Leo 13, and let's just check the wood supply here for Raven. Only has 2 on wood. This is telling me that Raven is doing some lightning scouts build. He's sending more now, I suppose. Better late than never. Okay, so he's doing... It's not lightning, it's just a weird build. 21 pop scouts. So he's going to have... Actually, 20 pop scouts. There's Loom coming in behind it. And Leo 13 is 19 pop scouts. So he's going to be up to the feudal age a little bit faster. He just finished Loom. And Hindustanis can get away with something like that because the Hindustanis have no economy bonus in Dark Age. Whereas the Magyars, or sorry, Hindustanis have an economy bonus in Dark Age, and that is that their villagers are slightly cheaper to build. The Magyars have no economy bonus in Dark Age, except for their ability, and this is why I was looking over here, except for their ability to kill wolves in a single hit. Oh! Raven with a little bit of a win there. He needs it, right? He had a slight hill advantage, or he got the first hit. That's probably what happened, actually. Probably got the first hit on Leo 13's scout, after Leo 13 picked a fight with him. But what did Leo 13 find out about Raven's base? Let's select his point of view, and let's see what he knows. So he knows that there's a mill here, and he knows that there's a house here. This line is a visual bug, so he doesn't exactly know where Raven is, but he's got a good guess. But he did not find his wood line. So we're going to see a stable somewhere. Yeah, there it is. He's building a stable. Both players are building a stable. Okay. You know, Magyars can do a pretty cool man-at-arms rush because they get that forging for free. But I sort of suspected that Raven would go scouts. He likes his cavalry. So this is fine. Could be a more appropriate thing to go anyway, considering the importance of mobility on this map. So we got this wood line pretty much fully walled in. And then we have another wood line here. This one is not walled in because it's close to the berries. And so he just has a spearman patrolling there, which I guess is a good idea. Alright, scouts being made. Scouts coming across the map. So this is Leo 13 scouting here. And Leo 13 sees the farms, I think. So he's got a little bit better of an idea of where the town center is. Here's a scout that Raven has made. Where is Raven's heavy swordsman? Yeah, it's only got 1 HP, so he's just using it to kind of scout the back of the map, which is smart. Can't really do much to contribute to fights anymore. It's got decent vision, but it is slow. So Raven's going to regroup here before picking a fight with Leo 13. And takes down that scout easily because he outnumbers him and because he's getting this free attack upgrade. So Leo 13 needs to be careful. Leo 13 coming in here with a couple of scouts and attacking the spearman, or he's getting attacked by the spearman, so he has to run away. Doesn't really get any damage in, which I didn't really expect him to. Honestly, I almost think that Leo 13 might be better off spending all of the resources that he would have spent on scouts on spearmen, or maybe slightly less, and then just go up to Castle Age and get the camels. Because this is the time in the game when Raven needs to do damage. He does not have... Oh no! Is there a hole in the wall? There is not. Leo 13 is lucky. Raven is looking for a way in, but does not find it. There's 16 wood left on that tree, I think. But anyway, so this is his moment to shine. This is where Raven needs to do a bunch of damage to make up for the camels that are going to be coming in the later ages. Alright, however, Leo 13 is in here. He wants so badly to do some eco damage. It's going to cost him all of his scouts, I think. He lost 2 of his scouts. I think that's going to be the extent of the eco damage that he does. He's going to kill 1 villager, and then it's going to be like, okay, that's enough. Although he does not really have the food to go up to the next stage, so he might have to keep making military as Raven prunes off that excess farm there. Raven killing a villager. So they are tied up 1-1 for villager kills, which is pretty annoying. Okay, Leo 13 doing a good job of keeping an eye on this wood line to make sure he does not overchop. Is he still making scouts? Doesn't look like it. Is Raven still making scouts? No, doesn't look like it. But Raven is building a blacksmith. And this is... And Raven has gone out to gold. So this is indicative that Raven is starting to think about the Castle Age. So I think that Raven did good damage in the Feudal Age. I think he caused more disruption to Leo's economy slightly. I mean, Leo isn't that hurt. But Raven's economy is better balanced than Leo's. Tries to get another villager there. Just loses a scout. Yeah, Leo needs to be careful. He needs to bring this lady over to the lee side of the town center. Have her work a closer farm. So that's smart. You know, these are like little things that people at my level may not necessarily think to do, but that kind of come naturally to these guys. Or maybe not come naturally, but they learn to do them. Scouts here. Raven buttoning up his base. Does not want to take any more damage to Leo. Big weakness is this gold. And the gold is very forward, and it's the only one that he has. So, Leo 13 could do a lot of damage to Raven if he were able to deny this gold somehow. And we saw in previous games where Oladushek would, like, find your gold and then figure out how to make sure that you couldn't take any of it the entire game. And it was very effective. The same way that it's effective for Raven to get in here. Raven has killed another villager by breaking into this somehow. We don't know how because we missed it. And Raven is on his way up to the Feudal Age now. Leo 13 is not really that close. He has to do a little bit of economic rearrangement before he can get up to the Castle Age. Sorry, Raven is on his way up to the Castle Age. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, Sapsan remembers that very well, because he was the victim of it. Oladushek did it the first game. I did it both games. I will say this. And in some games, it was more effective than other games, but either way, it was a huge pain. Like, watching it, I could feel Sapsan's pain. And I wasn't even there playing against it. So, but, you know, we pick on Oladushek a little bit, but I've kind of worked out like a litmus test. The maps are good if Oladushek can kill someone by playing crazy. That's kind of my rule of thumb. That's what I look for. Can Oladushek play crazy and kill somebody? And if the answer is yes, it means that the maps produce good Age of Empires. And if the answer is no, it means the maps are boring meta maps. That's how I look at it. Alright, so Raven is in the Castle Age. Leo is probably very nervous about that. Actually, he's not that nervous. He's on his way up to the Castle Age as well. He's getting bloodlines. He's added another stable. He's got a sprawling Hindustani farming economy here. He's taken 3 times of the eco losses here, and he doesn't care because I guess he cares a little bit. The score is a little bit telling. But if Leo 13 can just hang on for the camels, he's going to have a good game. Raven building town centers. I think that this is a mistake. Maybe not. Maybe it's the right thing to do. You guys know me. If it were me, I would have built like 4 stables and just pumped everything I had into my opponent. Made some monasteries, made some pikemen. Just charged in. That would be the philosophy. But these guys love to boom. They love to secure their economy and play the long game and get eco upgrades and bonuses. You guys know how it is. Raven stonewalling this off. Or not stonewalling. Palisade walling this off. Just so that Leo 13 has to ask permission to get in here. Town center on the gold, I guess, is pretty smart. That gold was quite vulnerable. Leo 13 has added a town center on his gold, too. But here are the camels. So these camels are going to be bad news for Raven. Raven is going to need to tech into pikemen. He may not know it yet, but he is going to have to tech into pikemen. Let's see. He's got a bunch of spearmen. He's going to need pikemen. Scouts chasing off this other scout. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, Raven. Okay, Raven is built a monk, but Raven is not pushing out for relics yet. That's fine. The relics, it's pretty close. I'd say they slightly favor Raven a little bit, but not really, because this one's all the way over here. It'd be hard for Raven to get that one. This one favors Raven, this one favors Leo, and then these three are kind of in between. Maybe slightly toward Raven, but not a lot. It's good to have a little bit of randomness in this sort of thing. So Raven's going to snag this relic. I don't think he's planning an attack, but Leo is planning an attack. Look at all this. Here he comes. He's coming in with 11 cavalry and 6 scouts. 2 in this group and 4 in this group. And we're going to see ourselves a big battle. Raven drops the relic so that he can just fight everything. And Leo 13 doesn't care about these pikemen. He's just going to come in here and fight everything. So pikemen upgrade for Raven, but he doesn't have enough of them. And these teleporting camels are down here now. Raven wants to add another barracks to help him mass produce pikemen. That could be pretty smart. So guys, here's what Leo needs to do. He needs to build a siege workshop right here. And he needs to make scorpions right here. And he needs to deny this gold. And it's GG. Actually, no. Raven has expanded over to this gold here, so it's not quite GG, but it's damaging. Raven would struggle in that case. Don't think this is quite enough gold to do what he wants to do. I think he really needs this front gold. Who knows? Maybe we'll see it. We have an army of spearmen here. All of these spearmen are left over from the feudal age. These camels are just diving underneath this town center, attacking the monk. They don't care. I think Hindustanis have an extra armor for their camels in the Castle Age. I could be mistaken. No, Leo 13 has gotten an armor upgrade. So, I guess they don't have the armor upgrade anymore. Probably doesn't want to fight underneath this town center. There's not really any reason to. I mean, I guess he is getting eco kills, but I don't think it's worth the damage his military is taking. He needs to secure this area. But he can't really do anything else without siege weapons. That's how I feel. I feel that siege weapons are the next logical point. It's what you do next. You have the map control, now you need to push into their base. Actually, he could build the siege workshop here. And that would give him vision over this gold. It'd make it easier for him to reach this other gold, and it would be still okay to reach this, although his opponent would probably be able to take it while he was attacking the town center. So light cav upgrade. So Leo 13 is probably considering some raiding at this point. Leo 13 on 80 villagers. So I guess he's been doing a little booming behind this, and he just didn't tell us. He's gone home. He is satisfied with the damage done and has left. Look at that. Look at that. He took his foot off the gas. These players, they're so careful during Alchemy League. I guess it's a good thing. So he goes in, he does a bunch of damage until he's satisfied that the score is settled. He's got this tiny army, and Raven's army is actually bigger now at this point, but I think Raven's slightly scared. Yeah, Raven has 23 military to Leo 13's 13 military, and they have a similar sized economy, but Raven doesn't want to push out because he's been hurt so much in the past. He's got a little house wall going on here. He's gonna stop up this gap with a university. He's going to get Sanctity for some reason. And try to continue to collect relics, I suppose. Raven has 1 relic. Does Leo have any relics? Doesn't look like it. Okay, Raven's starting to expand out now, realizing that Leo does not really want to fight him. Not really. Siege Workshop coming. This is for some scorpions. Defensive scorpions, but I don't understand the barracks. What could Hindustanis possibly make at these barracks that would be so compelling that he needs 2 of them? I don't get that. I mean, more pikemen? That doesn't make any sense. Just make camels. Just make camels, but is he saving his gold for something? I don't really know. I guess we'll just have to watch and find out. Okay, castle from Raven. Leo 13. Oh, Leo 13. He wants Imperial Age. And he's going to click up soon. I think. He just needs the buildings. He's going to... I bet... Oh, he's got the buildings. He's building a university, but he has a siege workshop and he has a monastery, so he could click up at any time. So what's the plan here? Faster Imperial Age and get heavy camel faster? Maybe he's worried that Raven is up? I don't know. I don't know. We'll just have to find out by watching. Okay, he's queued it somewhere. After this villager. Alright, he's on his way up. He's also getting wheelbarrow at 109 villagers. Okay, so knights are coming in. I don't think the knights are going to do very much damage. Leo 13 has got quite a booming economy here. And the villagers are cheap at this stage for Hindustanis. And there's tons of pikemen, there's tons of... Yeah. He's not really going to... I guess he could maybe win... No, he's not going to win that fight. He's not going to win that fight. I like how the monastery is all the way back there. If Raven's considering... Oh, he's got 4 relics. That's why he's considering it. So where is the relic countdown? I don't think there is one because Leo got a relic, maybe? Okay, this says that nobody has relics. Okay, here it is. So Raven is moving his relics. Okay, and Leo 13 has... Okay, he does have a relic. So that's why no relic countdown. Leo 13 was able to snag a relic, prevent the relic victory from counting down. But Raven just thinks that he might get pressured early, and so he wants to move these relics to the back. Okay, that makes sense. Got more stables coming. The plan is maybe Cavaliers? I'm not sure. Hindustanis, 135 population he's stuck at. He's going to be Imperial Age in just a few minutes. Does Leo 13 know about that castle? Yes, he does. He does know about that castle. So this is a... I'm dropping a castle here so that when I'm Imperial Age in 10 seconds, I can start making trebuchets and knock your castle over kind of castle. Raven building a general map control castle out here. Give him some vision on some gold and secure the area behind it. Leo 13, Imperial Age. Castle's going to go up. He's going to queue a trebuchet from this castle at his earliest opportunity. Then I think Raven will start to be in trouble. Yeah, there's the trebuchet queue up. I think that Raven was planning on just overpowering Leo 13 with knights, but, you know, for a player of equal skill, maybe even slightly higher skill according to our ELO calculator, I don't think you can just spam Cavaliers to crush your opponent. And I don't think Raven thinks that either, because he's starting to get chainmail armor. So, maybe he's going to invest more into pikemen. These camels are pretty annoying, though. They have... Yeah, they've got the 2 armor. They don't have any upgrades yet. Okay, they're getting plate barding armor now. I didn't think Hindustani's got it, but they've changed his civ so many times, I've just kind of lost track. Trebuchet is out, and it's going to start attacking the castle. Okay, Raven's got a castle here securing some wood collection. Raven is going to be Imperial Age in just a few seconds here. This will help him out. So we're probably going to see the Halb click pretty soon. He's got the gold for it, he just doesn't have the food. He might buy it. Spending the gold on other things, I suppose. He's getting ballistics for some mysterious reason. I don't see any archery ranges. I don't think he's going cav archers. He wants to keep this castle around. Gonna try to fight back to the best of his ability. Getting armor for his cavalry. Leo 13 wants in, but he can't get it. Raven has walled this section off. All kinds of gates, and he's got monks back here. Guess he could convert the camels if he's paying attention. Ah! Raven is coming here for a raid. He's going on the offensive. I like it. Leo 13 getting heavy camel. Raven is also building a castle. He's dropping the castle on his opponent. And what's the plan here? Is the plan here to snag this relic and stall out the game and win a relic victory? That would be pretty... I would actually lose it if Raven did that. That would be quite phenomenal. Raven has competed with us in the past in Alchemy League Season 1. I don't recall if he used a relic victory before. Maybe he did. I don't think he used a wonder victory, although we did see a few attempts in Alchemy League Season 1, and it was mostly me. So you see a trebuchet contest. Raven's going to need a little bit more stone to keep this castle under repairs. That is indeed what he does. He needs help badly. But he had himself a good raid up here. I mean, I think he killed a bunch of villagers. Look at this. He's got 53 villager kills to 26 losses. So he definitely got value out of that. Unfortunately, though, since he doesn't have murder holes, I think the camels can just easily dive these trebuchets. And what's he going for? Okay, he's going for the siege workshop. I think the trebuchets attacked that by mistake. He wants to keep these trebuchets alive too. He's really investing in the repairs. He's getting Bodkin to improve the attack of his castles. But a very, very chaotic raid here, and this is kind of exactly what he needs. This castle is going to go down. A Raven is in the driver's seat this game. Was not expecting that. It's quite the turnaround. Can Leo 13 still come back from this? Absolutely. He 100% has the right units that he's teched into. But I think he's just really caught off guard by what Raven did here. They have to rebuild, reboom, make himself some more camels. But he's just very surprised. Where's this going? Oh, GG. Raven wins the second game. Yeah, just a matter of positioning. Imagine if Leo 13's army were over here. Could have prevented all this damage. I don't think it was over. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it was over? Let me know. I don't think it was quite over. I think Leo 13 had a huge civ advantage. Maybe it was over. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Guys, this concludes our cast for today. Really appreciate you guys tuning in for these two sets. I hope you found them as entertaining as I did. And as more sets come in, we're going to try to cast all of them. And this is the place to be. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I'll catch you guys later.